Okay, we should be good going into yeah, let's go. QML4 finals. I don't know how any of this works. I've cast like 2 Quake World 1v1s in the past. Yeah, let's go. We have a 4v4. I have no follow killer on. I'm not quite sure how any settings will be useful. Yeah, who have we got? We have orange versus violet, and we are on Cobblestone, which is a map that I have seen a couple of times in a few tournaments, never played on myself. Larger map. None of these dual maps being played in 4v4 like you get in Quake World quite often. See how I can commentate this, because it's been a long time since I've commentated any sort of well, definitely team modes, but any sort of shooter either. Keeping it pretty close at the 1 minute mark. Have a bit of a jump around. Are there any auto commands? There is free cam if I left click. Let's get the weapons on. Draw view model. Get the weapons on. FOV to 110 to make it less nauseating for everybody. And we won't turn Pick Me Pong off, because I quite like having more space, storage space. Lucky there, getting snuck up on. Grid. I don't appear to have a locks file for this map. Nice takedown. Should be able to get this second one. Doesn't manage to convert it, gets blown up into the air. With the quad now, we've got Raga. Trying to make use of it. Doesn't want to drop it. Manages to get that one very nicely. Only on 16 health though. No health around. Going to get blown up from behind. Match auto spectating.
Awesome.
Hello, Alice. Thank you for the follow. Do you know if there's any auto follow commands? Because I have got no idea how to follow people. See what's going on. Or actually, what team we're on? That's a problem. Because I can just look in the auto track. Thank you. There we go. The only way to find it is to look at the name in the corner. There's probably a HUD element I can turn on for the team we're on. Okay, who's got quad? Orange's got quad. But not really much health and not much weaponry to do anything with it. So how long the fight comes up. But with quad being a true 4x, it doesn't matter what weaponry you've got, you can do a hell of a lot of damage with it. It's quite interesting to see the auto switch from Quake World in play. I assume no one's watching this who hasn't watched Quake World, but I do find it quite cool that you set up the binds so that it automatically switches back, so you don't drop a weapon upon death. Automatically switches back to the regular shotgun. It's interesting to see those actually kind of pop through. Very nicely stacked on juice here for orange. Let's have a look. Orange is pulling ahead a decent bit now. 56 to 45. 10 frags. It's definitely bring backable, but they do seem to be getting control of this quad every time and holding on to most of the points on the map where they want to. Playing quite well around each other as well. Whereas it looks quite a lot like the Violet team, they're split up a lot more. You see, there's never two of them. Always seem to be coming in. If there's two of them, they're coming in after each other, like that, with Turbo coming in after the kill was made. This orange team, they're all staying together for the most part. Nice shot there. Decent attempt on the second one, but just too low to be able to finish it off. Orange leads now by 18 frags. Big difference being made. Nice grab here for Biggs. Decent amount. Should be able to take a good advantage on this quad. Just got to be careful not to team frag. A little bit of a team frag. And just to knock down. Some decent health. Out Turbo, very nicely done. Should go down here. Oh, manages to get it again. Teammates coming in. They must have good communications, because there's always, even if one player on this orange team gets caught out, there's always a second player coming in very quickly afterwards. So I think their communications are probably fairly good, the way that they're playing. Is he taken? Who's got quad? Well, they've managed to bring it back a little bit. Well, they've managed to keep it in one place. Oh, unfortunate. Taking the red, but on too little health on the escape to survive the full damage. Very nicely done. Love the quick switching. I do think for all the terrible balancing that Quake World has with the weapons, you know, being incredibly overpowered, with the rocket launcher doing like 130 direct and the LG being an absolute beast. The fact that the regular shotgun is a good weapon to fall back on is like really good. You know, that's something you don't see from a lot of games, that the regular shotgun's something to fall back on. Definitely in Xenotic, it's only useful for the secondary, for the melee. But how often do you see someone in Quake 3 go back to the machine gun as a backup weapon? Nicely fragged there. Should be able to take this. Yeah. Pushing ahead. How much ahead are they? Can't quite tell. Is there anywhere that it says? No. Ah, brilliant. The time came up. So 18 frags ahead. So stable. Stable. They took the lead. That was about 5 minutes that they were around 20 frags ahead, and they're still there. So holding it 2. So we come up to the 10-minute mark now. Nice move around that corner. Let's jump away from here. Let's go over to someone else. Let's go over to one of the Violet players. Yeah, let's go Turbo. Nice work with the shotgun. Okay. Okay, hiding from those. Pushes in though. Big team fight. Looks like everyone's there. Takes the quad. Mega is up. There is now a dog on my bed. Hello. Braga should be able to take this, but needs to push in. Somehow Spokes gets out of this. Still with quad, so I guess nobody wanted to push too hard just in case they got absolutely puked. Must have been fairly low, but it looked like they were doing pretty well. Quad damage will be gone in a second. Waiting up for this red armor. Gets taken down. Decent frag there. Orange absolutely pushing the advantage now. I mean, they've pushed this. The last time check we got at the 9-minute mark, the last score check, they were 18 frags ahead. They're now 40 frags ahead. That quad, that last quad section, they were able to get such good control out of that. Held it well. Gave it to a team member with good stack and armor and weaponry. I think that was the difference. We've seen a fair few of the ones before for the first sort of 3 to 8 minutes time on the clock. They were running the quad just on whoever managed to pick it up without weaponry. But as it settled in, they were able to take more control and choose who they gave it to, rather than it just being a bit more of a run in and someone grabs it. It's definitely the way you want it. You want to win the fight before the quad comes up. Oh, nicely done. Should be able to get the second one, gets the third one. They're all just walking into him. Brings it up. 12 minutes on the clock. It's 137 to 80. Interesting way to go up to Mega there. I quite like that. Quite risky because the Mega's incredibly powerful. But it means that you're fighting for the item, not with the item. There's no way you're going to be able to just like sneakily nip and grab it. You've got to fight, you've got to win, then you go and get it. Whereas this red armor here, you can just kind of jump across and get that. Spoke's not taking any damage apparently, and now they've got 2 players with a red armor. Absolute domination right now. $69 frags the lead, very nice. We'll take those. Quad up soon then, by the looks of the chat messages. And I need a drink. I've got no idea of any of these players. Normally I'd be saying something about the play style, but I've got no idea. Got nothing. Learning the game as I commentate, as I've done for the last decade. Calano picking the wrong time to go for the fight, but does probably pick the correct person to go for there. This hold that Spokes has got up here is a really powerful position to be playing. High ground, of course. And that's like really important, it seems, in Quake World, the way the weapons are. Much harder to shoot up, but you can also move back so quickly and just be out of the way of the LG. And they're going to shoot the wall and you're in. Calanu deciding not to take the fight, but does pull Spokes down off the top. Again, all fighting for that top position. Trying to figure out the layout of this map, how you get from here to the quad. Because Mega doesn't seem to be playing too much a part. I think people are just kind of going into that room. If Mega's up, you look up, Mega's up, Mega's down. Beautiful work from Calanu, but unfortunate respawn. Yeah, you kind of go into that room. If it's up, you go and take it if the room's free. Otherwise, no. Quad soon. Nice shooting there. With the quad on the takedown. Who needs a railgun when you've got the default shotgun? Nice bit of movement as well. Always appreciates defrag loving stream. So we always appreciate a nice bit of movement. I've spent more time playing Quake as a speedrun game over the last year than I have playing Quake World. $198 to 102. Score ballooning out. That control is just something very nice. Let's go over to some of the Violets. We don't seem to be going to get very many shots on those. Spoke's not even taking any damage. They just don't have the they don't have the weaponry to be taking a lot of these fights, but they're being forced into taking the fights because of the positioning. All of the weapons, all of the armor, it's all being controlled by Orange. Violet just can't seem to get in. All on 100-0 with a shotgun right now. Just nothing. And then they're all in this courtyard on Orange. All in the courtyard, holding down the position. You know, your worst player here. Everyone's got at least 200. Deuce, the only one with nothing. But yeah, everyone's sitting around with a rocket launcher. Deuce manages to pick one up, and that's the advantage of having your team control a lot of the places. Kalanu making an amazing play there. Manages to get in and make the frag. Might be able to open something up. They seem to have taken that courtyard with the red armor. By the looks of things. We'll see if they're able to hold it for a very long time. I think the red armor has gone. They don't seem to have too much in the way of stack and weaponry. Violet do have control of this upper ground in the courtyard. That gets the red. 1 health goes down, but that's okay. You've stopped the enemy team. Stopped Orange from being able to take control of that courtyard for a little bit longer. And if they can manage to hold off just for a little bit, they might be able to take a quad. And, I don't know, turn this game around is going to be really difficult. 100 frags in 2 minutes is almost certainly impossible, but it would be good for the next map if they can take some control towards the end, bring these frags back. If they can get it to if they can get 20 in the next 2 minutes, bring it back to 80, they can feel good for the next map, going into the next map, that they were playing well towards the end, that the communication kind of went better, they were playing well, better together. That's going to be that's definitely something. Finishing strong when you've lost at 10 minutes. The second 10 minutes is about finishing strong. It's almost just playing a second game. You know, you've got to just reset, accept the loss, go again, take a look how you do in the second half. And yeah, definitely something I've done before. Once I've lost, especially duels, if I'm lost, I'll have a look when I can reset. Both of us dying at the same time sort of things in duels. Difficult to do in 4v4, you'd need 2 full team wipes. But when the stacks get reset and you can kind of say, right, this is the start of the game again. And now you're ready for the next map and you're feeling good that you're able to play the start of the game quite well. Fortunate team frag there from Calio. Definitely doing all right, though. They're not bringing it back, but they are holding. They are holding that 100, 105 frag difference here with 30 seconds left on the clock. So they can definitely take something from that they're playing better towards the end. And it's been constant back and forth, and every time that they just haven't been able to pull their own advantage, Violet. They haven't been able to pull their own advantage. They've just been able to hold where they are when they're doing well. where Orange has been able to pull ahead every time they've got an advantage. Absolute massive frag. I didn't check the scoreboard. Bigs on 100 frags. Massive. Massive play there from Biggs. Okay, so the things I've learned, these two swap when whichever team you're on is on this side. Okay, let's see. Oh, end that recording. Cut that one off. List focus. Down to 45 FPS after I tab out, but I can't find the setting for that. Check the stream. It's alright. Yeah, we're not too crispy. Too crispy. So, who's going to take this one? So I think the teams are slightly changed. Orange definitely looking the stronger team right now. Let me get my mouse back into the ground. Find someone who's moving, doing more interesting things. Oh, we're going to have positions as well now. Okay, I think we are getting a team swap for Violet to take orange and Raga to drop. Raga didn't do too bad, I don't think. There we go. We have Alice in the game. Hopefully she can't hear me because that would be cheating. Hey, it's this is a custom crosshair, but I used to use that picture. My crosshair was that. I copied it from the power-ups folder. I can't remember what it was called, but I copied it in. Changed it to crosshair and a number, and yeah, whacked it in. Who's not ready? Kalinu not ready. We'll get in. I love this outside area. Such a cool area.
Awesome.
Hey Raga, you played well. You played very well. It looked pretty good towards the end. It was yeah, it was just a few times it got away and all of a sudden everything went for sort of a minute, and that was when the score went up. Here we go though, map number 2, Alice swapping in for Raga. We have Violet versus Orange. I'm on the wrong screen to press tab. There's your teams. Biggs dropped a hundo on the last map, so let's see what happens with that one. Who are we watching? We are on Turbo. The M3 is a pretty large map as well, but has a lot of concentrated. No game audio. Shite, there's been no game audio the whole time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't have a setup, I just dumped a thing on and forgot that I needed to add a audio scene as well. Just dumped the screen on. Got to add the game audio. Let's get transparent water. Nicely done, Alice. Okay. Decent fight. Oh, not expecting the juice drop down on top of the turbo there. They were absolutely expecting him to run away. Turbo. Drop the game audio a bit, yep. There we go. Waiting for stuff to happen. The score's very close. No one wants to give away a lead right now. This box has the RA on it. Who's down though? This holding strong. Very few weapons on this map. They're very spread out. Last map, pretty much everyone was able to pick up a weapon after spawning of some kind. There were very few shotgun versus shotgun battles going on. But it looks like on this map, there'll be a lot more of that. Alice getting an unfortunate spawn and falling straight into the hands of Juice. And again, right in the Juice. Nothing you can do about those, sometimes you just got to take them. Orange in the lead by 12 frags now. Shot. Again, Orange just... Violet's been absolutely decimated in the last 2 minutes. But Orange holds together very well. It definitely feels like they've got really good communication going on. And they just understand where all of the team is at any one time. Where Violet's a bit more split up, playing more individually. And if ever an Orange member has been caught out, they're very quickly backed up. So I think their communication's really good. Just from what I'm seeing here. It's always interesting watching these sort of games because sometimes it just clicks, and there's definitely like this is a mix tournament, the Quake Mix tournament, Quake Mix League. It's quite interesting watching, you know, how mixes form. But these teams have been substituted and messed around, and I think it's definitely closer to just a regular mix than the grand finals of a normal tournament. But that's always more fun to watch, especially for me, because it means I don't have to know as much. I'm going to get away with things. Just gone so badly there for Spox. Absolutely should have had that with the quad, but Kalanu was just able to get the shots out with the rockets underwater. Slower movement definitely helping predict with the rockets. Nice shot, grenade launcher. It looks like there's only a few places you can really spam with the grenade launcher on this map. The rest of them it's better to spam with other weapons, spam with the shotgun. Perfectly fine. 50 to 32, much closer than the 5-minute mark, and only a 20 get frag difference. Quad and protection on Biggs. Let's see, where is... Yeah, no one's running away with this one. STM a little further behind, but has been pivotal in a few of the retakes. about the items. I think Violet's playing a lot more as a team on this map, they've realised. They've got to stick together, otherwise they're just going to get swarmed by Orange playing, because they're playing alone. Orange is going to stay together and yeah, 2v1 them every time. Juice should be able to take out Turbo. Nicely done. Great switch to the shotgun. Said it before in the last map, but I do love how the default shotgun is actually a useful weapon. Let's go. Oh, very nicely weighted. It's so rare that you see people play slowly in this. Oh, the first half of the season's shuffled teams to seed the fixed team knockout second half. Very interesting. Yeah, I saw there's a lot of team changes on the day. I've had one mid-match between map 1 and map 2. It's a super cool format. I look forward to playing in the next one if I can. I need to grind a bit because I'm bad and may not be balanceable, but we'll see. See what I can do. Yeah, I saw people missing. I'm glad I caught it though, because I've missed commentating as well. Definitely missed commentating things. I might know nothing. I have a massive dose of imposter syndrome, but hey, I've done worse. I've played like 4 games of 4v4 in the past. Better than I did my first Arctic cast. Yeah, I've signed up for Doomy's mid-tour. Nice work by Bruce here. Holding down this position. Got the weapons, got the armour, and then just moved in. Oh, nice. That's such good timing. Must have been properly timed there. Yeah, I got. I might be in for that one, but I might not be. I need to check with Doomy whether I'm actually good enough to play some mixed 4v4s. Because I haven't played enough 4v4 in the past, and I haven't played any Quake World in about a year and a half. Unlucky for grid. Bit of a slow section now, nothing up for a little bit, I would say. So now we just get to watch Juice holding the fort down, keeping the position. Is he done? Taking the quad, and now off to hunt. This is how Orange was playing in the last map as well, just holding one position next to that red armour. This time they're holding it next to the quad, and then stacking it, and the key thing is that they get the choice of who to give the quad to. That was what happened with the last map. There was one specific quad at about, like, they weren't doing it great between 3 and 5 minutes. They were just slowly gaining, and then about 10 minutes in, they got complete control and choice over who they gave a rocket launcher, the red armour, and the pen to. Not the pen, the quad to. And they were able to do that, and then they racked up 20 frags because they just sent. It was just, you're stacked, go kill. And they just won the team fight, so Violet were on the back foot, and it was 20 frags in that quad, sort of thing, the difference by the end of it. Yeah, it's difficult for them to contest it. Violet seems to have gone back to not quite being able to play together as a team again. They're split up. They're dying at different rates. That's the thing. There was one last time where they were able to get a really good run on the pent because they all died at the same time fighting somewhere else, which meant they stacked up together, stayed together, and then pushed in together. But it's rare that you see, unless someone's got pent or quad, or they're just massively stacked with Mega and RA. It's rare that you're seeing someone playing alone like here, the quad. You're going to go around together. Quad goes down though. Non-drop quad as well. So running in and grabbing quad is like a thing that's really good to do. You can take it for your team and then die instantly. That's better than giving it to the enemy team. Oh, what a push with the LG there. Completely caught Turbo off guard. Nice bit of movement around the map. Spoke seems to play quite a lot like me. Has ways of moving around the map. Probably plays hopping around. The way I actually got into playing defrag was that I was hopping around maps so often while waiting for the pickups to start, waiting for all partners to get online, that I got far too predictable at playing duels, so I started playing defrag to be less predictable. And I didn't go back. But nice play. Let's see, is anyone running away with it this time? Juice is dropping big ones. Coming up on 44. It's pretty close for the rest of the team. And on the other side, you've got 22 from Kalanu. Alice is on 13, Turbo 13, and STM 8. Let's watch an STM a little bit. Holding down, got Mega under the water. Keeping up the health. Gotta keep the air. Doesn't want to run away. Think has grenade launcher. LG. Get out. Yep, you're safe. Okay. Juice is going to pick up this. They're just letting that quad go and figuring out when. Oh, beautiful dodging from Alice. How on earth has she managed to get away with that? And a beautiful double kill from Diggs. How did Alice manage to survive that though? Surely 2 of those shots hit, but just beautiful duking and dodging and being unpredictable against that shotgun barrage with the quad. Quad damage nearly gone. They haven't been able to convert too much of it, but look at the scoreline with 14 minutes in. Should be getting a scoreline 75 frags. Absolutely mad. Nice one from STM. Yeah, the reason I want to watch STM because every time we see them, they're low on the scoreboard, but every time we see them, they seem to be making decent plays. Seem to be getting the frags on some decently stacked opponents, but I think just trying to keep out the way. It can be for the best. If you're a weaker player on a team, it can be for the best that you just kind of take a back seat and only play around when your team has advantage. That's something I've been told to do in 4v4 as well. To just not appear, not give kills to the enemy. It's one of those big differences between CTF, objective-based modes, and TDM is that in CTF, because frags don't matter, you can go and feed the enemy so long as you do something tactically, whether that's take eyes away, go make a big noise while your teammate sneaks in and manages to get a good run on the flag or get some stack up or steal something from the enemy. But with TDM, if you're just rushing in, doing a bit of damage and feeding, it's not good, so you're generally better to play around outside. Very nice from Juice, finding Alice. Going full chase with that quad. Has got low health though. Orange not been able to convert the last few quads. They've had control, they've had very good play, but they haven't been able to get them going. And can't quite get this frag on Kaliu, having to run away. The quad's gone. And, yeah, Juice should go down. Hopped over to Biggs. Oh, you can't have transparent water in one play. Alright, that's fair enough. I did not. I thought it was just because I swapped. I put Pick-Mip on, and sometimes Pick-Mip can ruin transparent things, like glass and stuff. Yeah, because I've been playing Quake speedruns, like single player speedruns, and you've got to viz patch all the maps to make them work. So I didn't know if I had to do something silly like that to make water see-through. Three minutes remaining. Can we watch the 69th kill from Violet, please? Alice, can you make it? Come on, Turbo. Get the 69th kill. Here we go. 69th? No. Someone's got to get it. STM, let's go. There! Oh, someone got it. On the respawn should... Oh, so close. Managed to get a bit of splash. Would have had that in the 1v1, but the splash just randomly coming through the wall took out STM. A 92 frag lead now. It's not what you really want, but it's not too blown out. It does look worse than last time. This is definitely more of a map where the frags can open up and it's much harder to retake control. And Orange have just looked really tightly knit, taking all of these. There's been no stealing pents and quads on this one. Violet was able to get in, steal a couple last time. Even if they weren't able to convert that steal into much, quite often they were at least able to stem the flow by taking it and it to die straight after. It meant they weren't giving anything up. The control points on this map are also much more fraggy as well than Cobblestone played before. 45 seconds left on the map though. Kalinu hunting around for anyone to frag. Gone very quiet all of a sudden in the last minute. And then chaos ensues again. Now with STM. Good frag. Again, holding down this fort well with a good set of items now. Playing much slower. Should be able to get that. Gets it. Final frag of the game. Very nicely done. GG. Orange taking that one very convincingly this time. But no hundo for Biggs. So there you go. The rest of the team pulling up their weight a bit more with no carry. swap out of here for 3 lights. Is this best of 3 or best of 5? I'm not sure if they've won yet. It's best of 5, isn't it? Because they've just said they've got map choice. That must be best of 5. What are we on to? E1M2. Finally, a map I know well. So I know like 3 corridors of this map. Because, yeah, I'm not pressing that button. I'm just getting the key that's now... Rocket ammo? Surely you'd put something decent there. Yeah, interesting choice. It feels... I've never played it in 4v4. I've only played it in single player. But this feels like a map that potentially they've chosen just to not have the score quite so big. Like, this is a slower map, right? It's gonna be a slower paced map. Okay, it stays on across rounds, but I suppose no one dies, so it can't pick and change. Oh right, yeah, it's lacking in armor, and you've got to shoot the wall to get this one, right? There's no other way to get that. Well, rocket jump, but let's face it, you're not rocket jumping through yellow in this game. It's like not a thing. Unless you've got red and you want to steal it and make sure that the enemy doesn't get it for whatever reason. But that's unlikely in 2v in 4v4. You'll always have a teammate who can grab something. Oh right, it's only shot once and it's open. That is interesting. So the bridge button's the same then. That makes more sense why... that makes more sense why it's only rocket ammo. Because I would have thought you'd put like... Obviously the key's normally there so you can change what's there. But I'd have thought you'd be like, yeah, whack a red armor or something. Whack the mega there. Time delay on the buttons to open quad, mega and telly. Ooh. Interesting. This game's so good. You know, just like I'm sorry for every time that I forget this game exists. Every time I come back to this game, I'm like, why do I keep forgetting this game exists? I know why I didn't pick it up. Right, when I had the choice between Quake 3 or this, I didn't pick it up because it didn't have a rail. I was coming from Instagib in Unreal Tournament, wanting to play weapons in Quake. Like, coming from very... Unreal Tournament as a whole is a very hit scan based game. So not having a rail wasn't going to happen. When we push the quad button, the wall slowly opens. Maybe you wait for those blocks to raise. Ah, right, yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be a while. Hey, sudden death. Take a drink before we get going. Here we go. Map number 3. Violet versus Orange. It's 2-0 to Violet. To Orange. In a best of 5. We are on E1M2. An interesting choice for the final map. Oh, gets blown up to the top. Just talking before the start about the delay in being able to press the buttons and getting up to Mega, but manages to get blown up to the top. Thank you. There we go, beautiful, thank you very much. Yeah, I literally set up this HUD about half an hour ago. Before the... yeah, we've been streaming for an hour, so no, but... yeah, I had a completely broken Easy Quake default HUD with everything missing. And I managed to find the default one and execute it off the GitHub. Considering what was in this folder when I went to update Easy Quake, I think I might have accidentally installed single player Quake into this one at some point in the past. But yeah, it's good to get back to casting. It's been a while. Unlucky. Pushing in. Must have been a teammate. Spam. Push through. Worth it, probably. For a bit of a break. My health here. Yeah, you're going down. Juice with a decent stack.
Awesome.
Teammates to be able to push it. Thanks, fella. Yes, 2-0. 2-0 to Orange, who are taking a convincing early lead in the first 2.5 minutes of this. I was saying before this started that it was an interesting pick. I was saying it potentially was a pick to slow the frags after the last map on DM3, which was nearly 100. I think it was over 100 frags, the difference between the two at the end. Let's see if I turn the volume up. Right. Okay, apparently my microphone was on 50% rather than 100%, so that's good. Thank you for saying. Very impromptu stream, so yeah. Apologies for everything going wrong and lack of knowledge. Biggs grabs the RA. Oh, unlucky. Not the RA, the yellow armour. Hard push from Kalinu, just ramming straight into Biggs, trying to hold it. There might be a little bit of let's just have fun and deathmatch. But it'd be nice. I'm looking for Violet to just like put one good team push together. Would be absolutely sick to see, because that's what I've been seeing for the most part with Orange. Look how they play together. I know said it like so many times, but I don't know the players, so I can't talk to their play styles or anything. I can only say what I see. They're playing well together, and you can see the communication. Nice shot. Such a good shot. Alice blown up into the air. Gonna get the frag though. Very nicely done. With decent health left. I love the white. Because Quake's so dark, it's absolutely brilliant. I normally play with either green or white in most arena FPS games, but here, because you got these skins with the... I don't like the full bright. I think they look ugly, where it's all one colour. So I like these where it's still got some colour, but it's still like really bright and obvious. And because Quake's so dark with blacks and greys, you can see these white characters from everywhere. I have to play with green in Xonotic because there's quite a lot of plain white walled maps in the game. I did used to swap to yellow on Mint because it's a green and white map. Like, accents in green, so a green model's hidden, and the walls, the general layout is a very white concrete. So, yeah. Ooh, unlucky. Double teammate frag from Biggs here. Yellow enemies with red guns is good. I should turn on that full bright weapons, actually, thinking about it. I used to love that in Quake 3. CPMA, where you could instantly see what weapon they had out. Oh, it's all for competition's sake, yeah. We do this. It's a 25, 27-year-old game or whatever at this point. We could all run this at 1000 FPS with really high settings, but every time I load the game up, I just look at the LG and go, yeah, this is nice. This is nice. Don't like all the pretty LGs over time have just looked worse and worse. And I wasn't around. I didn't play until like 2015, 2016 sort of thing. But I don't know if at some point that old LG ever looked bad. I don't know if anyone ever felt that. But it definitely feels like the fancy GL Lightning. It just looks 2005 now. Is Biggs going absolutely ham? Kind of is. Not quite as good as the 100 frags on the first map, but definitely going hard. Turbo caught off guard there. 50 frag lead at the 8-minute mark. This is my trick for not feeling old. It's to play games that are a bit older than me. Because then when people say, oh, Quake's 30 years old next year, that's fine because it's older than me. Not by much, but it is. The problem's when kids talk to you about Minecraft and you're like, shit, I've been playing the game longer than you've been alive. And that's what I imagine everyone feels like with new players coming in. And Counter-Strike. I mean, I've been watching the Major, and you've got to think, Carrigan's coming up against people that he's been playing Counter-Strike for longer than these guys are alive, and then they're coming into the server and talking shit. Like, he's been a pro longer than half of the competition's been alive. Absolutely mental. yeah, it's a testament to the length of the game's lifetime that I can say I started playing this about 7 or 8 years ago, and that's a real measure of time. I haven't played a large amount of hours in that time, and what hours I have done haven't made me any better. GL outline 3. That's going to need a vid restart, isn't it? That's a really cool command. Thank you for the commands. I appreciate them a lot. I use that sort of command, vid renderer 1. Vid renderer 1. I think I might not be actually, because I'm on... I selected the faithful defaults when I set up, and then turned on a few things and picmip and stuff. Now, it's almost certainly because I need to vid restart, but I'm not going to vid restart until the end of the map. Yeah. Yeah, I use the outline in Xenotic. It's such a good thing, especially when you play picmip, to be able to differentiate boxes that look the same. To have the outlines, like a set of crates just looks the same, or sometimes when you go into a tunnel it's all just brown, and the wall at the back is brown if it's a short tunnel with you know, an item at the back. It's nice to be able to see. It's really good. Errorwalk and ZTN are Kenya maps, yeah. Yeah. I'm one of those people that almost exclusively will try and play newer maps and more modern takes on maps, especially in Quake World. Like last time I was playing Quake World, I was always voting Monsoon because it lines up a lot better with the style of play compared to these sort of original maps. I mean, you're literally playing E1M2 right now. Like, what if we just took the second map of the campaign and went and played on it? You know, it's... And it works as well. Is it Monsoon, or have I got the wrong name? Monsoon, the Quake 4 port. Yeah. Like, my worst map is probably Errorwalk, and it's only partially because other people are better at it than me and everyone's really played it a ton. The main reason is because I've played so many arena FPS games, I've like been through them all, that I can never remember which version of the damn thing I'm on. I'm like, oh, where's this teleporter? And then Quake World, it's a teleporter, and Quake 3 it's stairs and that sort of stuff. Oh no, Quake 3 it's teleporter, and Quake World it's stairs. Near grenade launcher. Toxicity in Quake 3 as well, in CPMA. Every time you play a Russian or a Pole, toxicity and Poles in CPMA. Really popular. Tox is one of those maps that I do think it just doesn't quite feel right whenever I've played it in Quake World. But it also doesn't feel like right when I played it in Quake Live either, in VQ3 physics rather than CPM physics. have a look at this video quickly. Oh yeah, yeah, that looks pretty normal, to be honest. Yeah, I've played with the grey box settings before. But I prefer the pick-me-up settings rather than the grey flat textures. I just like having the differentiation between different parts, especially with Quake World, where you just like bunk into edges and completely lose all speed because there's no skims, no step up, nothing. Yeah, it's all about being impossible to miss in games like this. The difference between this and modern games, you know, the fact that there was only minor outcry when Valve introduced agents that on certain parts of certain maps were completely invisible, and I was already going into Counter-Strike and going, I can't see. Grid is getting, oh no, it wasn't Grid on the last one. Grid getting absolutely wrecked there with a double respawn and then Spokes coming in the same place. Absolutely wrecked. But yeah, it was only minor, and I can't see shit in CSGO as well. Anyway, I'm like blind as a bat for some reason. But terrible. I love these games for being able to just absolutely over the top, make everything flat and make everything pretty. This just looks great for me, being able to see stuff. And it's interesting how different people like different things. Some people don't like a completely flat set of textures. You know, you like absolutely grey. I like having the colours but completely flat. Terrifier from Quake 3 CPMA, he plays on like a pick-me-up 6, I think, 6 or 7, kind of a middling one, where there's smudges, because he says that it helps him see distance better, because there's something on the walls, he's able to see the distance. Sometimes you can't see how far someone is down, and you're just kind of aiming generally at them. Yeah, it's interesting, and some people play with it. I don't like playing in defrag with flat textures because I can't see certain things. Oh, block sizes. Yeah, that's what people use. Yeah, I don't know if it's a different system for the pick-me-up in this than it is in Quake 3, but you can use 16 is completely flat, 0 is perfect textures, and then you've got kind of middle ground. But yeah, in defrag I don't like using flat textures because I can't see certain things, and it really doesn't help with signs. But then I know people who use it because it doesn't give that much of an FPS increase, pick-me-up these days. It used to, because it does a lot helping your, if you've got a low RAM amount. So if you've got an integrated graphics card, try pick-me-up, it will increase your FPS. But if you've got dedicated video RAM, you probably won't make any difference unless you've got like 256 meg. Yes, I've seen Quake World Race. There's always been Quake World defrag, right? Because I've played a bunch of Quake World Race before. I'm probably just going to play Vintage in Momentum mod, to be honest. I love Quake World for the fast movement, but if I wanted to go fast, I might play like no monsters or something. Ah, right, of course, yeah, racing on the server. I forgot about that, because yeah, you'd use Quake World Race and you'd just play single player Quake. This game coming up on ending right now. Can they get over the line? Hopefully they can get 100 frags, get into the triple digits for Violet. My microphone's fallen off. 8 seconds left. Come on, get one more. Yes, there we go. No one, please, no one suicide. Cracking. Really good game. There's the third one. Last map has happened. GG. Thank you very much. Well done, Orange. Commiserations to Violet, but well played. Getting to the finals, still a big thing. Yeah. Brilliant play. That will do it. Thank you to everyone for watching. Apologies for missing the sound on the first one and having no idea what I'm talking about, but I very much enjoyed it. I will be playing as much as I can. Wait, you only die like 17 times. So either Biggs or Juice on the... must have been Juice. Dropped 100 on the first map. Absolutely dominated. And that ended up being the closest one, which is incredible. But yeah. Been good. I will upload